Welcome back to the channel. This is Chef Russ. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook a simplified version of Louisiana style red beans and rice. Louisiana was one of those places I used to like to travel to because I love the food, the crawfish, the po' boys, red beans and rice, etouffee, you name it. So today, stay tuned. I'm going to simplify the version for you. All right, let's get right into the ingredients while our beans are still soaking here. They've been soaking for a couple hours. We're going to go with some Tony Chachere Creole seasoning, Old Bay. We also have garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, low sodium chicken broth. We have water that the beans soak in. We have some smoked turkey sausage. And we have some baking soda. I'm going to come back to you and tell you what kind of magic we do with it. All right. So once again, here's an eyeball of some of the stars that go in here, along with onion, a bell pepper, and fresh parsley. Once again, I go with the camellia beans. You can use any red kidney bean, but I love these. They're good and creamy. So this is what I use the baking soda for. They're used to degas the beans. So once you get your beans up to a boiling temperature, after about 5, 10 minutes, you put about a tablespoon or so of baking soda in. You'll see it foam up like this, and it goes through its degassing process. Allow that to occur for a couple of minutes. And then what you do from there, go ahead and turn your heat down to a simmer. Because from here until the time they're done, you just want your beans to cook at a very low simmer so that they don't overcook or start to stick to your pot. All right. So you'll start to see that the degassing process starts to calm down a bit and the foam starts to subside. All right. And now we have it at a simmer. So I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken broth. This is a 48-ounce container, and I pour probably about 80% of it in and leave some on the side. So if I need to, like towards the end, add a little to loosen it up a little bit, I have it available. All right. So give it a little stir here. Make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. Gonna put my lid on, leave it crack slightly, and let the magic happen. All right, so here's our smoked turkey sausage. Some people like to keep it in full rings. I like it either way. So today I'm gonna cut them in half instead of the full rings. So just cut it the long way, and then go ahead and give it a chop sideways. And you have these nice bite-sized pieces of turkey sausage. A lot of people like to go with the andouille, uh, trying to eat a little bit healthy. You can go with the turkey sausage. All right, we're gonna go ahead and heat these bad boys up. I like to use the avocado oil. As you can see, it could take up to 500-degree temperature Fahrenheit of heat before it starts to smoke, which makes it a lot better to cook with over even olive oil. I like to cook with olive oil, but avocado's even a better cooking oil. All right. I'm going to go ahead and add those in once they're caramelized a little bit for a little bit of added flavor. And the oil also absorbs some of that caramelization and leave a little bit of that oil in the pan. And we're going to go ahead and saute some onions and peppers. And once they get nice and soft, we're going to go ahead and add those as well. Now we're going to go ahead and add our seasoning in once we give this a stir. It's already starting to come together. It has the house smelling yummy. And wish you guys could be here to taste test this, but I'll go ahead and taste test it and let you know how it tastes, right? All right, so here we go with our Creole seasoning. And you pretty much can do it to taste, but as you can see here, probably a nice healthy tablespoon. And also the same with the Old Bay seasoning. Those two seasonings really give it that Louisiana smell and flavor. All right, here we go with our onion powder, paprika, and our garlic powder was already added in there as well. So we'll go ahead and give this a stir. And we'll go ahead and allow it to simmer. The total cook time probably takes somewhere between an hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half if you let the beans soak. If not, if you put the beans in there hard and raw, you might want to let it go a little over 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. And once again, you want to cook it on very low heat, let it simmer. Here we go with our fresh parsley. Love to put fresh parsley in most of my meals, or at least to garnish it with. Right, we're gonna go ahead and add this on into our red beans and rice. The house is really starting to smell very nice up in here. The aroma from red beans and rice. If you were to walk outside and come back in with your eyes closed, you would think you were in your favorite restaurant. And your home can become your favorite restaurant. This particular meal is also in my book. I'll have the link here on the YouTube channel if you're interested in purchasing it along with other recipes. All right, if you don't have a rice cooker at home, you're really missing out on life. These things come in handy. Went ahead and put in 2 cups of rice, and you're going to put in 4 cups of water. You know, you have 2 cups of water for every cup of rice. Also, using that spring water, stay away from the tap. All right. So go ahead and check on the beans. Give them a stir, make sure that nothing's sticking to the bottom of the pot. And we're almost towards the end. The beans are soft. So I'm going to go ahead and smash some of the beans up here to give it a little bit more of that creamy consistency. Also, at this point, if you want to go ahead, add maybe half a stick of butter or so into this bad boy to also make it a little bit more creamy and tasty. You're more than welcome to do so at this point. So go ahead and stir it up here. Let it cook probably for about another 15 minutes or so, and we should be ready to eat. All right, so here we are. Looks like we're all done here. We have a nice creamy consistency, not too thick, not too wet, just the way I like them. And these things are smelling so delicious. All right. Yep, we're done. We're ready to eat here, ready to plate up. Our rice is completed. Once again, the rice cooker is a lifesaver. Once you dump it in there and go ahead and start it, you don't have to keep turning and checking on it. That way you could concentrate on your red beans. All right, so here's the end product. I added a little red hot sauce, If you got Louisiana hot sauce, that worked just fine. But here's the proof of concept here. Oh man, that's yummy. Delicious. Red beans and rice, Chef Russ style. Whenever you make this meal, leave a comment. Let me know that you've tried it. Even if you're not a chef or you cook all the time, you can do this dish, I promise. Until next time, Chef Russ. Peace.